everybody, how are you? This is Tom from Tom's Defensive Firearms Training. I have some good news today. Today we're en route to Battlewerx. We're going to pick up the Glock 43X slide that I sent out about 6 weeks ago to have milled for the RMR CC from Trigicon. It was also receracoated as well, so once we get there, we're going to see if we could do a tour of the facility and show you how they work. So just stand by. We're en route right now. All right, guys, we're walking up to the building now. We're going to head into Battlewerx, pick up the slide, and then we're going to do a review. Hey, everybody, we're back. We just picked up our slide from Battlewerx down in Durham, Connecticut, and my opinion, it came out really, really good. So it came in this little package. Ended up getting some suppressor high sights for it. I'll go over that in a little bit. The slide came back. We didn't install anything yet. The only thing we had installed were the suppressor sights at Battlewerx. So this is what the slide looks like, how it came back, okay? Came with the sights already installed in it, the screws for mounting the Trigicon RMR CC, and they did a phenomenal job. So they milled it and receracoat the slide. And we're gonna give you a close-up of what that looks like. So we have the slide back. They use the AmeriGlow suppressor high sights for co-witnessing through the optic because the Trigicon HD XR sights weren't tall enough for co-witness. And then we have the Trigicon RMR CC that we just got in. So we'll be installing this using the blue thread lock and then showing you what it looks like. Okay, so here's a close-up view of what this looks like. And you can see the quality of the Cerakote job. It just looks phenomenal. Here is exactly where they milled it, and look how deep that is. Battlewerx does such a good job. I'm very happy with the work that they do. You can see how the sights are going to co-witness nicely once we install it. We went with the black Cerakote finish on this pistol. It really came out really nice. So that's a little close-up of what it looks like before we install the optic. So we're going to actually install that optic and show you how we do that. And then we're going to actually put the whole pistol together so you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, so this is going to be our close-up look at the slide that we just picked up from Battlewerx. A close-up look at the RMR CC from Trigicon and the AmeriGlow suppressor high sights for this pistol, and all the other tools that are going to be necessary for installation. So just to give you a little close-up of what this looks like. So this is what we picked up from Battlewerx. So this used to be the standard Glock 43X Silver Line series, and now we had it milled for the RMR CC, and we also installed suppressor high sights. So I don't know if you could see that. It's going to co-witness nicely through that optic, so you could see how the sights line up there. And we receracote to a black finish. This is my second pistol from Battlewerx. The first one I had was a 19X that they cut for me for the RMR Type 2, and I was really happy with that. And it took relatively about just short of 6 weeks to get this slide back. So that was pretty quick, especially with Christmas and New Year's during that time frame. So that was relatively quick. So here we have the slide. Let's take a look at the actual Trigicon RMR. So we see the small optic there. This is for your modern concealed carry type of handguns. Glock, Springfield Hellcat. Doesn't fit that footprint. You can get adapter plates. You mostly need adapter plates for this pistol unless you actually get it milled like I did. So it fits all your slimline pistols like the SIG P365, Glock 43, 43X, Hellcat, any kind of pistol you want to put it on. So it's a nice little sight there. So then we also have the ceiling plate from Battlewerx. So there's a little close-up of Battlewerx, right? And it came with the ceiling plate that we're going to use to install at the bottom of the slide. So we'll take that out because we're definitely going to need that. They say you don't need a ceiling plate, but I always put a ceiling plate just in case. We have some blue thread lock that we're going to use to secure those screws. And also we have a battery that we're going to install and the tool that we're going to need to tighten down screws to mount it to the slide. Also, I forgot to mention, these screws, Battlewerx puts in along with the work. So when you pick up your slide, you're going to get mounting screws with it. So there's no need to figure out what kind of screws you're going to need. What if you get ones that are too short, too long? So they give you the appropriate screws you need. So let's actually talk about install. And it's going to be relatively very, very easy. Okay, so you always want to put down your ceiling plate. A lot of people say they put oil in between the slide and the ceiling plate. I don't do that. I haven't done it. I don't see a need for it. My opinion, I don't think you do, but I'm sure other instructors out there think you do, and they're probably right. So I usually just keep it dry because that's just what I do for now. So we're going to take a look at the slide here. We just put on the ceiling plate, and I want you to look at how this RMR just fits like a glove in here. It's awesome. So there's no play whatsoever. It's just a really, really good fit. Right? And let's see if I can get a little bit of a co-witness there. That's how much you're going to get for a co-witness. So it's the lower part of the actual window. And it's a smaller window because it's the RMRCC. So that's a perfect co-witness to get my initial 0 to lollipop it right above the front sight post. And then I'm going to work at the 21 foot and 30 and ultimately 40, and let's see how accurate this can shoot at a distance. So we'll actually do that in our part 2 video where we take it to the range. This is just going to be install and basic review, and then we'll actually do a walkthrough of Battlewerx, and we'll actually show you how they mill these slides in every step that's taken. So first what we want to do is we want to install the battery. So we're going to install the battery in the bottom part of the optic, make sure it's in there nice and secure. And then we're going to place the optic. Oh, I want to make sure that battery is nice and secure. Sometimes they fall out. Okay, so then we're going to place it right on the optic and get it perfectly on there so it fits, boom, just like a glove. That's perfect, okay? So now what we want to do is we want to use just a dab of the thread lock. You don't need a lot, so you just need enough just to maintain so these screws don't back out due to the vibration of shooting. So just a little drop is all you need. That's all you need. And then just kind of walk it around. Make sure that you don't trip it on your sight because that would be terrible. So you definitely don't want to do that. I recommend you just try to get it in upside down just to line up some of the threads. And then you get just a little bit of a turn in there just to make sure it seats properly. And you take your other mounting screw. Just a little dab is all you need. You don't need a lot. You don't need to put a whole bunch on here. Doesn't need it. And make sure you never use the red Loctite. You don't ever want to use red. That would be very bad. You don't ever want to use red. You always want to make sure you use blue because when you have to change the battery, the blue will be very easy to break apart. The red will be very, very hard to break that apart. So what we do is we just tighten it down. We want to make sure that we're evenly distributing enough on each side before we give it a quarter turn. Okay, so we have it pretty much tight, and then we just give it a little bit of a turn. You don't want to be careful you don't strip, just enough to tighten it down. And there you have it. And that's how you install the Trijicon RMRCC to your Glock 43X if you have it milled from Battlewerx. Okay, so now that we have it just co-witnessed enough to be able to get it on paper when we go out to the range, and we'll work farther on zeroing that out. So this is what it looks like. I'm telling you that Battlewerx does a phenomenal job. I'm 100% happy with this. Absolutely. I'm glad I got the height sights to give me that lower co-witness, and the optic just looks phenomenal on here. Just looks great. Okay, so now we actually have the fun part of putting the pistol together and know that there's no live ammunition. I use a snap cap to dial in the windage and elevation. So we'll place the barrel back in, we'll place the captured recoil spring back in, Put the upper slide on the lower receiver, and then we'll just rack it. Make sure that every dual function test, good break, good reset. So now we know everything's good to go. So that's what it looks like. Very, very happy with it. Looks fun. And here we have the close-up look of everything we went through today. So that's the final finished product of the Glock 43X with the Trijicon RMRCC and the co-witnessing suppressor height sights, or what would be a suppressor height sight. So Battlewerx did the milling and re-cerakote and refinish of the slide, so they did a phenomenal job. There's the Trijicon RMRCC and the Mariglow co-witness sights. And as always, stop down to Tom's Firearms, located on 4 Arch Street. Also Davis Concealment, and to get your Connecticut Other, or if you're military law enforcement, or a government contractor or local PD looking to buy rifles, he does Dog Rifle Company as well. Phenomenal quality. Great guy. Definitely go down to see him down in Novi. Okay, so that's the end of our part 1 of the Glock 43X with the Trijicon RMRCC mounted onto it. And again, Battlewerx did a phenomenal job. Definitely love the product that they do. This is the second time I had a pistol done, and I'll definitely refer them to anybody else that's looking to get the same work done with the milling and re-cerakoting. So that's the end of our part 1. Part 2, we're going to do a complete tour of the facility. So we're going to show you the beginning to end stage of what to expect when you drop off your slide or pistol to Battlewerx to get some work done to it. So that'll be pretty interesting. So we'll have that part of the part 2 video. And then we're going to take this pistol to the range, and we're going to see how it performs. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a great time. So we'll take this to the range. We'll make sure that we get a very good zero at different distances, and then we'll test that out. And then we'll just have a good time doing a little bit of trial to see how this optic holds up. And we might actually abuse it a little bit too, maybe bang it around. So that's all we have. Stay tuned for the part 2 video that will be coming up. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Let's grow the channel. And again, we'll have more content coming out soon. So Happy New Year, everybody. Enjoy, be safe, and have a nice day.